Good afternoon. My name is Charles Ramirez Berg. I serve as Marshal for the university. Distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends, the convocation is formed. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Gore. I am a professor of pharmacy, and I serve as chair of the Faculty Council. It is my honor to welcome you to the inauguration of Dr. Gregory L. Fenves as the 29th president of the University of Texas at Austin. Thank you for joining us today for this very special celebration on our campus and for being present for President Fenves's inaugural State of the University address. As we begin our program, I ask that you please rise once more as Christopher Montalvo, a student in the Department of Theater and Dance, leads us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Christopher. Please be seated. I'd like to take a brief moment to acknowledge those who participated in the academic procession today, along with our distinguished guests who are present today and are seated in the front of the auditorium. The procession was led by members of the Board of Regents of the University of Texas system. Our regents were joined by delegates from nearly 100 universities from around the state and the country. Members of UT's administrative and academic leadership were joined by faculty, staff, and students from their colleges and schools and divisions. Thank you for being here and for your contributions. Please join me in showing your appreciation. Faculty Council bylaws stipulate that near the start of each academic year on campus, the president of the university is to provide an annual report to the general faculty. It has become tradition that this report is delivered in the forum of the president's annual State of the University address. As chair of the Faculty Council, my colleagues and I look forward to hearing our new president's vision for our campus. We've been fortunate to have Dr. Fenves as a leader on this campus for many years, starting as Dean of the Cockrell School of Engineering in 2008 and continuing through his time as Executive Vice President and Provost. Although his tenure as Provost was short, I'd like to highlight just one of his initiatives, the Campus Conversations. This was a series of meetings and symposia that brought the entire faculty together to discuss the future of higher education at UT Austin. The conversations provided unprecedented opportunities for faculty to think outside the box about innovations in research and education. Indeed, the faculty were empowered by Provost Fenves to shatter boundaries and transform how we as faculty educate students. During the past year, I've worked closely with Greg during regular meetings with the Faculty Council Executive Committee. Greg is incredibly professional, organized, thoughtful, and decisive. As I have gotten to know him, he has also surprised me with how approachable and down-to-earth he is. I can personally attest to the value and mutual respect that he has for the faculty and that we have for him. Our campus is a model of shared governance, and I am very enthusiastic about working with Greg as he embarks upon his presidency and implements his vision for our university, which he will share with us today in his inaugural State of the University address. Today is also the occasion the university has chosen to inaugurate Gregory L. Fenves as the 29th president of the University of Texas at Austin. The inauguration of a university president is a rare ceremony for an institution. Today marks only the 29th time in the university's 130-year history that our campus has welcomed a new president. An inauguration is a very important occasion for a campus to come together as regents, administrators, faculty, staff, students and alumni, donors, family, and friends, to show our collective support of the community as we bestow this upon our new leader. We gather today to mark the start of the new journey Gregory L. Fenves is beginning on campus as our 29th president, and to discover the pathway he envisions for our shared future. And so we begin today with the presentation of several symbols that are emblematic of the vast responsibilities a president bears, and at the same time, embody the tremendous trust that is bestowed by constituents from around the campus. I ask President Fenves to join me near the lectern for the presentations. The official class ring of the University of Texas at Austin is a distinct emblem commemorating the unique and lifelong affiliation each graduate has with the university. This honorary class ring symbolizes the president's lifetime role as an ambassador for the University of Texas at Austin to alumni around the world. On behalf of more than 104,000 members of the Ex-Students Association, Ambassador Antonio Garza, president of the Texas Exes, is here to present President Fenves with an honorary official University of Texas ring. The University of Texas Gavel of Office was crafted by skilled university staff in the Facilities Services Division. It is representative of the talent and dedication of some 11,500 staff members who skillfully advance this vast enterprise every day. Capped with the university seal, it is emblematic of the judicious responsibility you have as president for the care and well-being of university staff. The gavel is presented today by Stuart Tendler, president of the University Staff Association. Academic regalia is a recognizable symbol of learning. Graduates of all ages in institutions around the world mark the celebration of their commencement by wearing regalia. The more advanced the degree, the more elaborate and distinctive the regalia become. The presidential regalia was designed by faculty and served as the prototype for UT's custom doctor's regalia, now worn by graduates around the world. Distinguished by a fourth chevron on the gown sleeve, it identifies the president as the institution's chief academic officer and is emblematic of the President's leadership role in academic accomplishment. President Fenves, along with my colleagues William Beckner and Maria Younger, and on behalf of the Faculty Council and the General Faculty, it is our privilege to present to you the presidential regalia of the University of Texas at Austin. The University of Texas at Austin Medallion of Office contains an image from the 1900 diploma of the star from the state of Texas seal set over a sunrise, a symbol of the bright promise and unlimited opportunity this university brings to Texas. It was first presented to the president in 2000 as a gift from students to, quote, embody the hope, spirit, and high achievement of all students, unquote. On behalf of the student body, past and present, 2015-2016 Student Government President Xavier Rotnofsky is here to present the Medallion of Office to President Fenves. On top of the mace of authority is a gavel symbolizing leadership. On one side is a fleur-de-lis evoking the lights of learning, and on the other, a cornucopia signifying the abundance of knowledge within the university. The mace represents the authority vested by the state of Texas through the University of Texas System Board of Regents to the president of the University of Texas at Austin. This afternoon, the Mace of Authority is entrusted to President Fenves by members of the University of Texas System Board of Regents and is presented by Board Vice Chairman Stephen Hicks. President Fenves, on behalf of the entire university community, I can say with great confidence, what you will start here today will indeed change the world. Please join me in honoring the 29th President of the University of Texas at Austin, President Gregory L. Fenves. The emblems presented to President Fenves, the honorary class ring, the gavel of office, presidential regalia, medallion of office, and the mace of authority are all reminders of the responsibility we all have to fulfill the core purpose of our university, to transform lives for the benefit of society. They also represent our core values: learning, a caring community, all of us students, helping one another grow. Discovery, expanding knowledge and human understanding. Freedom, to seek the truth and express it. Leadership, the will to excel with integrity and the spirit that nothing is impossible. Individual opportunity, many options, diverse people and ideas, one university. Responsibility, to serve as a catalyst for positive change in Texas and beyond. Positive change beyond the boundaries of campus comes by working together as a community within, while also reaching outward as responsible members of a global community. Working together with our community can bring tremendous results, and in honor of our new president, musicians from the Butler School of Music have prepared a special musical presentation. We're very pleased to have the Austin Independent School District Children's Choir join us for this performance under the direction of Dr. James Morrow. Dr. Morrow. Thank you, Dr. Morrow, for that remarkable performance. It is now my honor to introduce the Chancellor of the University of Texas System, William McRaven. Chancellor McRaven joined the UT system in January of this year, following a long and distinguished military career. His connection to UT Austin, however, began as a journalism student in the 1970s. In 2012, he was named a recipient of the Texas X's Distinguished Alumnus Award. Prior to being named as Chancellor, Admiral McRaven returned to campus to deliver the 2014 commencement address to our graduates. The video of his address has been viewed on YouTube nearly 3.4 million times. The university is very proud of his long connection to this campus and the leadership he brings to the University of Texas System office. Please welcome Chancellor William McRaven.
Well, thank you, Andrea. Good afternoon. It is a real pleasure for me to be here today to share in this time-honored event that celebrates the inauguration of a new president. I couldn't be happier to have the opportunity to introduce our new president and my friend, Greg Fenves. Mark Twain gave a speech more than a century ago in which he honored one of his friends, Dr. George Smith, who was president of Trinity College. Twain said, "A college president must be a man of dignity, character, executive ability, and generalship. But he must also be," and I quote, "father and mother, mentor and protector to the exiled student, and brother and sister and loyal friend." He went on to say that a college president mere presence should inspire all good and honorable ambitions. Such a man, and such a man only, is the right one for the greatest of all callings. So, Greg, we have gathered today to honor you and to welcome you to the greatest of all callings. Now, if that sounds a bit grand, let us remember that this is the University of Texas at Austin, flagship of the UT system, bedrock of the greatest state in the Union. We think big, we dream big, we shoot for the stars, and what starts here changes the world. So on this occasion, we can be forgiven for being just a little grandiose. I agree with Twain that to lead a college or university is indeed one of the greatest callings, and I would add, one of the greatest challenges. And I believe no one is better suited to answer that calling and to address those challenges than Greg Fenves. He is the right leader at the right time for this university. We are at a point in history where we have the opportunity to take the University of Texas, as well as the entire UT system, to the next level. We have a governor who is committed to higher education. We have great support from the Board of Regents, and you have a chancellor who believes in this great institution and deeply respects the dedication of the faculty, the staff, and the administration who are so committed to our magnificent students. I have been in the leadership business for nearly 40 years, and I know a great leader when I see one, and Greg Fenves is a great leader. What more could we want in a president? He is a scholar, a teacher, and a campus leader. He is a world-class intellect, a member of the National Academy of Engineering, but more importantly, he understands Texas and Texans. He has a passion for this state and for this university. He is both thoughtful and decisive. He has an inclusive style, but realizes that as president, the buck stops with him, that he is responsible. Of course, that doesn't mean he won't have any help. Leading the University of Texas is a team effort, and one of Dr. Fenves' greatest strengths is his wonderful family, his wife Carmel, and their daughters Hannah and Emily. Ladies, will you please stand and be recognized? With the support of his family, as well as everyone in this room and the entire Longhorn Nation in all 50 states and around the world, I know Greg is going to lead UT Austin to unprecedented heights, and the people of this phenomenal institution will continue to change the world for the better for many years to come. Please join me in welcoming my friend, our president, Greg Fenves.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. And Chancellor McRaven, and I'm still getting used to calling you Chancellor. We started calling you Admiral McRaven. But Bill, thank you for that wonderful introduction and your leadership of the University of Texas system. Not only are we friends, it's a great honor for me to serve as the president of the flagship campus in the University of Texas system under your chancellorship. Thank you very much. And as I begin, I want to thank the College of Fine Arts, the students and faculty who created this amazing presentation that you've watched, the Butler School of Music students in the orchestra and the choir behind us, and those young students, some who will be future Longhorns, from the Austin Independent School District joining us today with their moving choral performance. Let's give them another round of applause. Well, Vice Chairman Hicks, members of the Board of Regents, Chancellor McRaven, Chair Gore, thank you for officiating, fellow faculty, students, staff, alumni, benefactors to the university, delegates of universities, and friends watching us in Texas and, yes, around the world. Thank you all for joining me on this very special occasion for our great university. I am humbled to have been chosen by the University of Texas System Board of Regents to serve as the 29th president of the University of Texas at Austin. And I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak to you in my inaugural State of the University address. Well, reporting on the strong state of our university is the task for me today, but making the state of the university even stronger is the work for all of us. And as we embark on this journey, I pledge to all of you here today that I will be a president who listens. I will be your partner in seeking our full potential. And I will be your ally who never forgets the greatness of the University of Texas is found not in the president's office, but in our community. The illustrious history of the university has been written by many over 6 generations and guided by outstanding leadership. And I've been privileged to work with 2 of those remarkable leaders. My career began here at UT as an assistant professor when Peter Flawn was president. President Flawn shepherded the university onto the global stage. And 2 decades later, I was recruited back to UT by President Bill Powers. To Bill, I salute you for nearly 4 decades of service to the University of Texas, and especially for your 9 years as our president. Thank you, Bill. And I want to recognize my family. Behind every successful person is a partner who inspires, and that is my wife, Carmel. Thank you for 34 years of support, friendship, and love. And to our beautiful daughters, Hannah and Emily, and our new son-in-law, Mac. You 3 make Carmel and me very, very proud. Thank you. And finally, my parents, Norma and Steve, are here today. My father's entire career was as a professor. He still can't understand where I went wrong. My parents' life stories, their belief in education, and their examples of doing the right thing set a standard that I strive to reach every day. And now, at the beginning of my presidency, it is a time for new ideas anchored in Texans' ambitions for the university. The 1876 Texas Constitution called for a university of the first class to promote literature, arts, and sciences. The idea was that a university of the first class was essential to expand the state's social and economic opportunities. Being first class means realizing that what we do here matters, not only to our students, but to everyone in Texas. Being first class means educating students to become leaders. Being first class means creating the knowledge that will fuel the economic engine for Texas and the nation. And being first class means recognizing UT's unique responsibility in the educational ecosystem of Texas. Well, how important is UT to Texas? One way to describe our impact is by what happens at commencement, when 13,000 students walk across the stages to pursue their futures. If we add up the lifetime earning power of our graduates, the lifetime earning power, because of their education at UT, it totals more than $3 billion. UT does this every year for each graduating class. A degree from UT has enormous value, and it is accessible from students of all backgrounds. As an example, our fall 2014 class, 1/4 of our undergraduate students were the first in their families to go to college. For many of these students, their earnings will exceed their parents on the day of graduation. That is the opportunity the University of Texas provides. The light generated by our research and education helps illuminate the work being done at universities across the state. Our partnerships with UT system institutions, with other universities, community colleges, and school districts ensure that all Texans benefit from UT's scholarship, discovery, and a rich variety of educational opportunities. Well, the first 3 months as president have been memorable. But not for what you think. I greatly appreciate the tremendous working relationship and friendship I've developed with Chancellor McRaven. The Chancellor's support of UT, along with our Board of Regents, has brought great energy to the campus and to our alumni. Let's give them a round of applause. And I'm also grateful for being in a state that values higher education. I commend Governor Greg Abbott and the 84th Texas Legislature for believing in the people of our great state by devoting precious funds to higher education, research, and university facilities. Please acknowledge the governor and the legislature. Now, reflecting on the beginning of another UT presidency in 1960 and the university's aspirations for greatness, Harry Ransom presented a plan to the Board of Regents that was designed to, quote, place the University of Texas in the company of the best institutions in the nation. In the half-century since President Ransom spoke those words, the University of Texas has become one of 30 best research universities in the world as cited in international rankings. And now there has not been a more crucial time for us to be a global leader. Despite the recent market turmoil, Asia will become the largest economic region, surpassing the United States and Europe. And we are more connected than ever before by information, trade, financial markets, and migration. Texas, as one of the largest and fastest growing states, has a key role in the world, and the world does look to Texas. What will be the differentiator between the stagnant economies and the competitive ones, the societies that thrive and the societies that don't? The answer is knowledge. The answer is knowledge. The peaks in the global economy will arise in regions that invest in knowledge. 50 years ago, the educational visionary Clark Kerr recognized the significance of universities after World War II. Kerr said, "We are just now perceiving the university's invisible product, knowledge, may be the most powerful single element in our future, affecting the rise and fall of professions and even of social classes, of regions and nations." And we have certainly seen that carry out over the past 50 years. And it is even truer today. Look at where the top 30 universities are located: Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, London, Zurich, and Austin. In only decades from now, expect to see Shanghai, Singapore, and Beijing. The challenges facing our world are large. The issues confronting society are complex, and the stakes are high. And where will we find those answers? At places like the University of Texas at Austin. Universities are the incubators where we assemble the most talented people to solve the biggest problems. Bob Mansfield, a 1982 UT graduate, oversaw the design of the iPhone and the iPad at Apple. And he has recently described the university as the place where people work on the frontier of what is known and what is unknown. It is where faculty and students together seek tomorrow's answers to questions that did not exist yesterday. For these reasons, higher education has never been more valuable, and the expectations have never been greater. But this is a time of debate about universities among policymakers, employers, and the public. I believe now, with the eyes of Texas and the nation on the value of education, we must lead in defining the vision for the American public research university. In the 100 days since becoming president, I have been listening to you and thinking about that vision. From my office next to the majestic tower, I have a panoramic view of our campus. And each day I see a strong and proud university. But I see something else too, an even more promising tomorrow. And for the next few minutes, I want to share with you my aspirations for where the University of Texas will be 10 years from now. And in reaching for our aspirations, we will be guided by three principles. Our goal must be excellence, our results must be effective, and our methods must be efficient. Texas needs a research university that pursues excellence in everything it does. Our students need an education that effectively prepares them for life and for careers that may not even exist today. And the taxpayers need to know that we efficiently translate their dollars into value. Well, while efficiency and effectiveness refine our mission, pursuing excellence defines it. And above all, excellence is based on the preeminence of our faculty. Our faculty define the frontier of understanding, reflecting who we are as humans, challenging assumptions, and deepening knowledge. Our faculty have discovered the most distant galaxy ever found, and they have developed technologies to assist countries as they write constitutions to protect human rights. Others on our faculty have designed tiny motors that could power miniature machines to travel within the body to treat cancer and diabetes. UT faculty create and inspire through the visual and performing arts as they interpret and reimagine ourselves and our world. Well, these are just a few of the examples of discovery and creativity that happen every day throughout this campus. We must continue to make strategic investments in recruiting, developing, and retaining outstanding, diverse faculty. On this point, let me be clear. I am fully committed to excellence and diversity as being mutually reinforcing, and we will look to new processes to advance both excellence and diversity. And we can only be among the best universities if faculty support is competitive, and I know even with tight budgets. Excellence depends not only on our talented faculty, but on our ability to attract the best graduate students. We will continue to make major improvements in the quality of our graduate programs, many which are top ranked already, including increasing funding for graduate education, training the next generation of scholars, and innovating how graduate students are prepared for careers outside of academia. But we must also be creative in fostering excellence at the university, and that means pursuing scholarship that crosses the disciplines. The toughest questions are at the boundaries of existing knowledge. And sponsors of research, including federal agencies, philanthropic foundations, and the private sector, have looked to address critical challenges through university-wide centers. And while UT has a good track record, we can do much better. In building research preeminence, we know that some of the most significant advances will come from linking ideas from multiple perspectives. And so I will launch a faculty-driven process to assess the emerging landscape of state, national, and global drivers and identify the key strategic research priorities for the next generation of insights, breakthroughs, and creations. The task force will be charged to consider the strengths and ambitions of our programs in pursuing emerging research opportunities, including in the humanities, the social sciences, and the arts. We will seek opportunities to apply interdisciplinary research to answer the hardest questions facing humanity and society today. It is a big task, but we are up for the challenge at this great university. Well, research is where discovery begins, and it is also the basis of our educational mission. At UT, education is founded upon our dedication to scholarship. Students don't come to UT to check off course requirements or fill information gaps. They come to be transformed through engagements with faculty and with each other, and for the learning experiences that prepare committed, creative, and ethical professionals, artists, entrepreneurs, and citizens. Students come to UT to become leaders. The University of Texas has made major leaps in undergraduate education. Educational change has been powered by more than a decade by our faculty, deans, provosts, and presidents. Today, all first-year students take signature courses with renowned faculty. Thousands of students participate in the Freshman Research Initiative, in service opportunities, and in internships. The stage has also been set by many faculty pioneers in the use of new technologies to improve student learning and success. And as Chair Gore mentioned, the recent campus conversation about the fusion of teaching and research has fostered valuable dialogue among hundreds of faculty and students and galvanized support for change. With this cornerstone, the time has come for UT to define a new level of excellence and effectiveness in undergraduate education. To prepare for tomorrow, today's students must not just know what to think, but how to think. They will need to find the right answers in a world that offers abundant access to information, yet poses increasingly complex questions, some of which we cannot even fathom today. The purpose of a UT education should be to learn how to use knowledge and skills for developing sophisticated understanding and wisdom, to be creative, to be ethical, to communicate, and to lead. Students must be motivated for learning their entire lives, no matter where their career paths take them. Think about these goals for education: understanding, creativity, innovation, communication, lifelong learning, and scholarship. Those are the same goals for our other mission, research. And for this reason, the next chapter of undergraduate education at UT will embrace the integration of research and education even more closely. From freshman orientation to graduation 4 years later, all of our undergraduates will have opportunities to experience discovery and creativity. We will do this on and off the campus through participation in projects, fieldwork, internships, service, and many of our student success initiatives. Colleges and departments at UT are already engaged in thoughtful discussion about the value of education at a research university and what it means for their degree plans. We see this in the departments of government, economics, and English in the College of Liberal Arts. The College of Fine Arts has created a Bachelor of Science in Arts and Entertainment Technologies. And we see this in the new Bachelor of Science in Arts degree in the College of Natural Sciences. Faculty are asking, what are the needs of students in society? What distinguishes graduates from their programs? And how might they leverage new approaches to pedagogy, technology, and experiential learning? I applaud these faculty-led efforts to develop the next generation of degree programs at UT. And our new instructional budget system will help support these ideas. And in addition, we will launch a Faculty Innovation Center, working closely with the Provost and the Provost Office, Learning Sciences, the colleges, and the Academy of Distinguished Teachers. We will accelerate even more the transformation in teaching, curriculum design, and educational technology. The Faculty Innovation Center will foster connections among all the faculty at UT and with the best ideas across the nation. Above all, the Faculty Innovation Center will advance the fusion of learning and discovery that distinguishes a UT education. Simply put, more than ever before, what is taught in the classroom will be linked to what is researched in the lab and created in the studio. And our undergraduate students won't just study the research, they will experience what it means to explore and create. This type of learning is essential for developing leadership skills that can only be realized at a research university. Now, some may argue that only small private universities can afford to provide these types of experiences to their students. But who better to train the next generation of leaders than a great public research university with our breadth and scale? And I am convinced we can do this cost effectively as we steadily improve our four-year graduation rates. In addition to our residential undergraduate education, we will accelerate the extended campus that will expand access to UT. The extended campus already includes dozens of online, hybrid, and other learning experiences that enable high school, college, and professional and lifelong learners to benefit from this university. Many more are under development, including high school courses that will enable new mechanisms for recruiting high-potential students to the campus. Through the extended campus, we are cultivating relationships with students before they step on the campus, continuing through their undergraduate education and extending decades after commencement. The future of UT will be distinguished by innovation, but we don't have to look far to see this in action. Many of these ideas have been built into the design of the Dell Medical School. One of the great privileges I've had at UT has been to help launch the first new medical school at an AAU university in nearly 50 years. And ladies and gentlemen, the Dell Medical School is getting ready to welcome the first class of medical students this coming summer. Well, think about it. Healthcare affects every single person in this audience. It affects you, affects your families, and it affects your businesses. Even in this vibrant city, Austin, access to healthcare and the outcomes are not what they should be for the capital of the second most populous state in the nation. Rethinking healthcare is the mission of not only Dell Medical School, but the entire university. And this new medical school represents a great opportunity for us and our community partners in the medical school. From new research on how communities view and access healthcare, to the science and the technology, to the business models and incentive systems, to physicians working on teams with other healthcare professionals, the role of information technology to improve health and healthcare. It will ultimately improve the health of individuals and nurture communities. The Dell Medical School is a new kind of medical school. To achieve this vision for quality and better value in healthcare, Dell Medical students will experience a curriculum that incorporates many of these innovations that we've talked about at UT, such as flipped classes, team-based learning, experiential learning, as well as entirely new approaches to prepare physician leaders. The education of physicians will be based on research, clinical experience, evidence, and recognizing that medical knowledge is constantly changing. The design of the medical school's curriculum provides a powerful example of what is possible. Yes, the Dell Medical School classes will start small, but the lessons are large for educational innovation and for building on the assets of a leading university. I've talked about excellence and effectiveness. I do want to say a few things about efficiency. UT is recognized for turning the resources we receive from students and their families, taxpayers, research sponsors, and philanthropy into tremendous value. We know that our students and families are counting their dollars. It is up to us to make their dollars count by ensuring the return on their investment is substantial at UT. We must be efficient, especially in administration and campus operations. Our staff are assets, and they are the ones who assure this campus community runs smoothly and safely every day. Through a systematic review, planning, and prioritization, we will make sure that resources are going into our core mission, and UT is a destination employer for our talented and dedicated staff. We must be good stewards of the trust that has been placed in us, and we must be efficient in everything we do. I know we are up to the challenge. And at this time, I would like to say a few words about our tremendous Longhorn athletics programs. For many, athletics is the front door to the University of Texas. I want everyone here and everyone watching to know that it is my goal to make it a more welcoming front door. Our athletics programs represent the values of the university as our student athletes inspire and excite fans across Texas and around the world. I am committed to ensuring that Longhorn Athletics reaches even greater heights. So in conclusion, I ask you to envision a brighter, bolder future for the University of Texas. It will be a future where our faculty are leading us into a new chapter that revolutionizes how we educate and how we discover. If today's teaching and research is who we are and what we do, integrating them more closely is how we will do both even better. And why does it matter? By embracing this vision, we can increase the value of research universities not only in Texas, but also to the nation that leads in higher education. And what's next for UT? I see a future where we are unafraid to ask tough questions and unyielding in our desire to follow wherever the challenges lead us. Questions like, how do we understand income and wealth inequality? How to address global conflict? And what can be done to promote security in a complex world? Problems like supplying energy, managing water, adapting to climate, creating economic competitiveness, educating and providing opportunities for a diverse society. Challenges like making the population healthy. Each one requires ideas founded on knowledge and the intellectual approaches from multiple disciplines. It is that diversity of thought that makes a university exciting. And it is that shared commitment to discovery that makes a university unique and essential. I see a future where the people of Texas are more connected to this university. There may be someone here today or listening, watching online, who wonders, well, what does this mean for me, for my family, for my work, for my future? You don't have to attend the University of Texas to believe in the power of UT. All Texans benefit from the University of Texas. Some may question the cost of higher education, but no one should question its benefits. A public research university can't only be calculated in dollars. Its costs need to be measured, yes, but its impact is evident in the lives transformed, the ideas developed, and the new discoveries that are made. And as we plan for the future of the university, we do so mindful not only of where we are going, but of who we are. We are a diverse community that is able to address the challenges facing the world, in part because our student body looks like the world. And a large part of who we are is our alumni, the Longhorn Nation. More than 450,000 strong. UT alumni love this university in an exceptionally special way. I know that from meeting thousands of you, from El Paso to Tyler, from Amarillo to Brownsville, from Los Angeles to New York, from London to Tokyo, and from Mexico City to Santiago. I have had so many meaningful conversations with you at Longhorn games, alumni events, and dinners in your homes. I know from listening to you that your lives were forever changed by the University of Texas. I see that you want UT to be among the best in the world. Working together, we can do just that. Can we educate the leaders who we need for the future? We are, and we will. Can we perform world-class research? We do, and we will do it even more. Can we change the way a research university educates its undergraduates? We must, and we will accelerate our efforts starting today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud of the history of the University of Texas at Austin, and we are poised for the next era of our great university. We will lead in defining the role of a public research university based on excellence, effectiveness, and efficiency. After all, we are the university of what's next. And what's next for us is a brighter future that will be created by an even stronger commitment to being a university of the first class. That is my pledge, and this is our purpose. Thank you all very much for being with me here today.
Now is the time for new ideas and ambitions. A community working together to solve challenges facing society. Where the unknown meets the known. Blending research and discovery with learning. We are asking tough questions, collaborating across disciplines, and transforming lives. Today, we begin leading the public research university of the future. The University of Texas at Austin. We are the university of what's next.
On behalf of the Faculty Council and the entire university community, thank you all for joining us today. As we conclude our program, I invite you to join us in the lobby for the reception and to share your congratulations with President Fenves. Today is a truly exciting and wonderful day for the University of Texas at Austin. Tonight, the University Tower will be lit orange with the number 29 in the tower windows to honor Dr. Gregory L. Fenves, the 29th president. Thank you.